everyone, and welcome back to Sip and Spin. My name is Skylar, and over here in a cute little striped twisted top is Brittany.
Hello! This is a variety podcast where we talk about anything, everything, and nothing.
Yes. Today is going to be more nothing.
As always, no one is surprised anymore.
Yes, I do not have a segment this week, so oops.
Yeah, but you do have a drink.
I do have a drink. So
what are you drinking?
Last week I forgot my drink, but I had a segment. And this week I do not have a segment, but I have a drink. So I really just can only do one thing at a time.
Maybe next week. Here's something.
Season 3 is off to a great start.
I'm having fun.
But yes, I'm drinking an Apothic White. I'm excited about it. It's a Pinot Grigio. It's not a Pinot Grigio. It's a, what is it? I don't know. I didn't really look.
I was going to ask, but I was like, she might not know because I wouldn't know, honestly, if it were me.
No, I just picked up the bottle because it looked pretty.
That's fair. And
it just said winemaker's blend.
So it might just be like a white blend.
Yeah.
Okay. And she also has a tea.
I do. I have ginger, mint, and orange tea from Panera because I stopped at Panera on my way here and then ate a whole pizza in the car from Panera. The margarita pizza is very good. And now I have my tea. So I have tea and wine.
It's a good combo. I like it. I am drinking a Diet Coke with coconut rum and a splash of banana liqueur. Just because I had those things.
There you go.
And I mean, I'm sure I will like it. What's not to like?
And it's diet, not regular.
Yes, of course. It has a cute little glass and a little spoon.
Cute.
That's what I got for Christmas.
Cheers. Oh, that's good.
Do you like it?
Oh, that's good.
So do you typically like blends?
I don't think I've ever tried one before.
Okay. I've only ever had like red blends and they're okay.
Like I said, I didn't even know what it was. I just picked it up because I thought it was pretty. And it was a white wine, so I was
That's
like,
fair.
I'm probably going to like it.
That is fair.
And it was a $15 bottle, so it wasn't going to be trash. Well, I hoped it wasn't. I assumed it wasn't going to be trash.
It wasn't $7.
It's not that $5 vodka that I bought.
You still like that?
Huh?
You still liked it.
I did.
It's vodka.
I made many mules after that morning.
Well, what is the topic?
So, it is mystical.
You know, what Skylar kept talking about
Yes.
last week.
And I was so excited. I knew exactly what I was going to do. I just didn't have the time to do it because, unfortunately, I worked every day this week from Monday to today. And then also worked at the distillery on Friday and Saturday. So,
That was a lot.
literally no time. I even bought a new video game and I hadn't even had time to play it.
What'd you buy?
I bought Slime Rancher.
Okay. I've heard that's cute.
And I have not had any time to play it. So,
So
there's that. Yeah, it's like if I had been playing, if I was like, oh yeah, and then I played this game this week and then, but didn't do my notes. Like, no, I didn't even have time to play, like sit down and play a video game, let alone take notes.
Yeah. Well, I was going to ask you, how are you? But it sounds like you've just been busy. You're
That's
probably tired.
literally it. I am exhausted, but it's fine. I actually feel kind of okay today, which is weird. I don't know if it's adrenaline.
I mean, I think I stand by, like, eating actually makes you feel better.
Yes, I did, yeah.
This is a point I've recently been trying to nail into Richard's head. And even the other day, he was like, I feel good. I think it's because I actually ate. And I'm like, yes, you need food, people.
It's like, guys, eat something.
Please eat.
It's just, sometimes I just forget.
Yeah, I get
Sometimes
that.
I just don't have time, and so I just don't.
Make time.
I did. I made time today. Even if it was just taking an extra 5 minutes to go through the drive-thru and then eating it on the way here, I still made myself stop and get something because I knew it would make me feel better.
I'm proud of you.
But yeah, I'm like, I feel okay. I don't feel like overly exhausted.
Good.
Yesterday was much worse.
Rough.
Yeah, I was so tired yesterday. But today I'm actually decent. I'm okay.
Good.
I'm alright.
So are you liking work? Or
Yeah.
or is it just like fine?
It's fine.
I gotcha.
I mean, I like who I work with. Like,
That's good.
I like my coworkers, and I like both my managers, and even the new hire who started a week after I did. Like, I really like her too. I haven't got to see much of her, but in the small interactions we do get to have, like in between trainings and stuff, like she seems really cool. So it's like I really do like everybody there, and like it gets me out of the house. It gives me something to do. It gives me a paycheck.
Yeah, I mean, all good things.
All good things. It's still a little confusing because, like, we have to use a tablet to, like, basically do everything.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, including POS, account lookups, like, it's all on this tablet, like, and sometimes I can get confused and overwhelmed by all the things that are on it, and, like, having to go back and forth to do, like, plans and devices and coverage checks, and I'm like, how do I get from this point to this point? It's like, I know how to get to those points individually, but the points aren't connecting between the two, and I don't understand what I'm supposed to do.
I'm sure that would be a lot, yeah.
And it's like, I hate having to keep asking, like, how do I do this? What do I do? How do I do this? Because I'm sure it's going to get annoying, but it's like, I just genuinely, like,
I mean,
it's hard.
Ask. No, yeah. I'm sure.
And it's like, I have to be shown, like, a couple times until I get used to it. And once I get used to it, like, it'll never leave my brain.
Yeah, it'll be like muscle memory.
Yeah, but until it gets to that point, it's like
I know, be annoying.
I know you've already shown me how to do this, but can you remind me one more time?
Yeah, no, I get that, for sure.
I did get my request approved.
Oh. Good.
For May 6th through the 8th.
Guess I need to look into that more.
I just went ahead and put it in just in case. I was like, just in case.
Just in case.
Just in case.
I would like to go. I have to see. Because then I'd be losing a pet.
Yeah, that is true. Because if you go and ask me to pet sit for you, and I requested those days off so I could go, and then I'm still here pet sitting, I think I would kill you.
Just wait till after that weekend.
I would be so upset.
Could you imagine the dick move that would be?
I think I would just cry. Like, I wouldn't even know what to do. I'd just be like, okay.
That's the thing. You would probably still do it.
Yes, I probably would.
You wouldn't be like, no. You'd be like, okay. And then you would do it. Which would be horrible.
I would just be sad the whole time. But I would still do it.
Oh my god. You are ridiculous.
But yeah, I'm excited. Because I made myself sad over the weekend.
Oh.
Because, you know, back in 2019, I went to go see NCT 127 in Atlanta. And then Friday, they were in Atlanta again. And I made myself sad because I miss seeing them. I miss seeing them live. Like, they were so good to watch live. And, like, so I was like, I missed that. And, like, I'm sad that I missed that. But also, I just miss live, not only NCT 127, but just live music in general. Yeah. And that's why I'm like,
I definitely get that.
Like, I know I went to 2 concerts last year in, like, the span of a month, but I'm like,
that was early.
I need my fix. I need my fix.
Oh yeah, I definitely get that.
And I do have it to where the only thing I ask is that we make sure we see Lovejoy and Hosier. Anything else, I'm okay with whatever else needs to be done. And, like, going wherever, but as long as I can see Lovejoy and Hosier, I'm okay.
Obviously. Girl, but I won't let you see Lovejoy.
I was like, those are the two. So, like, those are where I'm putting my foot down. So if someone who you like is playing at the same time as Lovejoy, I'm sorry, we have to go see Lovejoy.
I mean, I could just go by myself.
That is true. That is true.
Figure it out if we get tickets.
Well, yeah, like, if we even get to go. I forget we can split up during festivals. I guess I was just like, no, we have to stay together the whole time.
No, you can just wander.
I was like, I have to have a buddy.
I'll stick Richard with you.
Yeah, it's like, I can go see this person by myself. Skylar can't.
Yes.
Skylar has to have someone.
We'll never see her again.
No, I will probably get kidnapped.
She'll just, someone like, hey, you want to come over here? You'd be like, yeah, sure.
Like, why not?
And then she's gone.
It's never seen from again. I'll be the next true crime.
Yeah, I'll just have to cover your case. by myself.
Like, hey, if anyone has any extra information, please, because I can't do this alone.
Clearly.
That's the only reason. It's just because you can't do the podcast.
Yeah.
Not because, oh, she's my friend, or, oh.
Just like, literally cannot do this by myself. Too cringed. Not sadness, just cringe.
Your earrings are cute.
Oh, thanks.
I just noticed the mushrooms. I mean, I don't know how I missed them, but...
I mean, they're pretty out there. So I keep, like, because I haven't worn, like, this heavy of earrings in a while, so I'm just like, ugh.
Well, I keep having to twist mine because I'm not really sure how to, like, this one is fine. It's, like, laying on my earlobe, like, the little, because the flower and then the bumblebee.
Oh, yeah.
This one does not lay on my earlobe, and I don't know what to do. I don't know how to fix it.
Yeah, I have, like, problems with stuff like that, too.
I don't know if I just have a weird left earlobe. I don't.
Maybe.
Just my left earlobe is wrong.
I wonder if maybe it got, like, stretched or something.
Maybe.
Not earlobe, but, like,
the earring. I mean, or if it got, like, hooked on this and then, like,
maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah, I have that with, like, cuff stuff a lot. It just won't stay.
And then I wonder if I'm like, well, I wonder if I should take these out. Because I've never taken these out since I've had them for, like, the past, oh, God, like 3 years.
Yeah.
Just because I can't get them back in. Like, I lost the ball. Like, the ball to this one fell out once while I was sleeping. I spent an hour trying to get it back in and eventually just had to have my dad do it because I couldn't do it. So I was like, I'm never taking these out.
These live here now.
But then I was like, well, what if I just take them out and keep them out? It's like I still have my little hoops here that I can keep and then just kind of do, like, different stuff.
It's definitely an option.
Yeah. I spent a lot of time thinking about that Friday when I got home from working at the bar. And I was just laying in bed and I was, like, trying to go to sleep. And I was like, this could be something that I do.
Change it up.
And then I knocked out without setting my alarm. Still got up for work in the morning. Don't know how. Woke up at like 7 a.m. and in like a panic.
You have that internal clock going.
Yeah.
Yeah. That saves me a lot.
Even though I didn't get to sleep till like well after 3 a.m. Still at like 7 a.m. I was like, oh shit. And then I was like, oh, I still have time.
Just make sure you're taking care of yourself during all that.
I'm
Find
trying.
yourself bragging.
I've been at least, I'm eating lunch now.
I mean, that's good.
Normally I don't ever eat lunch. No, that's wrong. I'm eating breakfast now.
Okay.
Normally I eat lunch. Sometimes. I never eat breakfast. And if I eat breakfast, I don't eat lunch.
Yeah.
But I don't eat breakfast. And then maybe I'll eat lunch and then I'll definitely have dinner. But I've been eating 3 meals a day.
Probably why you feel good.
Like, because my manager, like, anytime someone's opening the store, he's like, here's breakfast, and just, like, drops biscuits on this. And I'm like, or, like, the chicken sandwich from Chick-fil-A, like, the chicken breakfast sandwich on a biscuit, or, like, the Burger King egg and sausage and cheese biscuit, like, and I'm just like, okay. And then I'll go to Panera for lunch, and then I'll eat when I get home. And I'm like, I'm having 3 meals a day. I could not tell you the last time I've had 3 meals a day.
Good for you. Just make sure you get sleep, too.
Yeah, that can't happen.
It should.
It should, but it's not. From Thursday to Saturday, no sleep for Skylar.
No sleep.
Now, come Monday night, I'm going to be knocked out.
Okay. At least there's something.
Yeah, because, like, I have to work tomorrow, but I work late tomorrow. I think I'll go in at noon. I'll have to double check my schedule, but I go in at, like, I don't have to be there at 9:30 in the morning.
Okay.
So that will get me at least extra sleep. And then Monday, I won't have anything to do after work on Monday. So I'll just go home and I'll probably go to bed.
Okay. Do what you gotta do. Good. Well, I guess anything else?
No.
Okay.
I was just trying to fill up some time.
No, you're good. Do you want to say what your topic was gonna be, or do you want to?
It was going to be Wendigoons.
Okay.
Yeah. Or skinwalkers would be the correct term, but I like Wendigoons because it's fun to say.
It is fun to say. I can see it there in the book. You could just read this.
I could just read the article from the book.
I always forget I had this book, and then I looked through it, and I was like, I should use this. Like, I should have used it when I did sirens, but I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Here it is. It's an option for you.
Also, that clear quotes came in clutch because after I said the word last week, I have not heard any voices coming from the woods, so that's a great sign. I don't think one is after me.
Good. I'll leave this in there. My kids do want to. I'd like to talk about it a little bit. I mean, it's good information.
Yeah, like I had like, you know, the multiple names from like the different tribes of like what the different tribes called it, and I was like, this is gonna be good, and then just did not have time to keep going. I love it. It's fine. Sure, I'll just read the article from the...
You don't have to read it. Like, you can skim it and then...
No. What I may end up doing is because I do still want to do... I do still want to do this. So maybe we'll do a bonus episode for the YouTube channel. Like, here's Skylar's missing segment.
We can do that.
So what are you talking about?
I'm going to be talking about... mine is very short, so that's also why we're, like, just trying to chit-chat, because I don't have a whole lot. But I'm going to be talking about an infamous, notorious, legend, myth, iconic witch.
Gotcha.
Any guesses? Possibly from, like, 17th century. She old.
Okay. There's a lot that it could be.
There is a lot. This one...
Oh, it was my phone.
Oh, I was like, did that come from the wall?
I have about lost my shit.
Those Wendigoons.
the Wendigoons are after me.
Forget our segment.
They're in the walls.
It sounded like interior, like, I don't know.
Well, I thought it was Mochi for a second. I was like, where the hell did she even come from?
The walls.
I was like... Then you said the thing about her being under the couch, and I was like... But then I just looked at it and it was just my phone on the floor. It's fine.
Great. Anyway, so I'm going to talk some... there's probably a lot I could say, but again, I don't have a whole lot. Mm-hmm. More so just about, like... I don't have any stories per se to tell, but more just like associations or just kind of general information.
Gotcha.
But I'm going to talk about Baba Yaga.
Ah!
Yes. Which is a very, like, still today referenced and notorious witch.
See, and when you said her name, I was like, ah, yes. That is who I was thinking of. But when I was trying to think of it, I was like... Couldn't. I was like, this is who I was thinking of, but I could not think of her name.
Yes, so she's very popular in, like, Slavic folk tales, folklore.
Yeah, because I was like, the Bathsheba, and I was like, that's from the Bible. And I was like, what is her name? And then I kept going, Bathsheba, and I was like, that is still from the Bible. But she was who I was trying to come up with.
Fair enough. I mean, you were close.
Not really, but I appreciate you trying.
I was trying to make you feel better. So yes, Baba Yaga, also sometimes known as the Iron-Nosed Woman, the Iron-Nosed Witch, Grandmother in the Forest, or the Goddess of Birth and Death.
Yeah, because isn't she the one that, like, a lot of witches are, like, you know, a lot of, like, witch lore, they were like, this is what witches look like. And it was, like, the big nose and, like, the messy gray hair and, like...
Yeah, so kind of like I said, she is kind of one of the... Obviously not the first, but she's very old. Especially the depictions of her.
I went to go reach for my phone and
just leave them. They keep falling.
Everything down.
But yeah, she has a very, like, specific look about her, and different things, different tales definitely like to pick and choose. And that's why I also didn't do any stories, because also depending on who you are or where you are, it's going to be a different story. And I kind of talk about some of the different just look variations of her. So, because she's, like, everywhere, and people always have a different thing they associate with her. But that's also why she's kind of, like, not the head witch, but... like, she has a soft spot, and, like, some of the people that she likes are witches. And so she's, like, the witch's witch type of thing.
Yeah.
But she's definitely well known. So her origins are Russia, obviously. Possibly originally, though, Scythian. And the Scythians were an ancient Eastern or Iranian equestrian nomadic people who migrated from Central Asia to the Pontic steppe in modern-day Ukraine and southern Russia.
They were horse girls.
Yes, and she likes horse girls. We're going to talk about that.
Okay. You said equestrian. I was like, oh my god, they were horse girls.
Yeah, so that it makes sense that like some of the people that like are really good in her favor are horse riders, horse gals. Get on Baba Yaga's good side.
There you go.
Over time, though, she slowly became known as the bogey-woman of Russian fairy tales. Was said to be a cannibal forest witch, and her name was used to threaten children into obedience. So something like, be good or Baba Yaga will get you. Like, she was the boogeyman that Russian parents would tell their children. Because she was known as a child eater. Like, that was her infamy, was she ate children.
I love that, personally.
Yes. However, though, she didn't just eat the children.
Lexi is going to make me a shirt that says, keep your kids away from me.
I mean... Okay. Which is weird, because you like kids.
Don't you?
Or have you changed your ways?
Like, I want 0 kids. I barely want to be around children. The screaming, the crying, the stickiness. I don't...
Oh, they're always sticky.
I don't like it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm right there with you. I just always thought you liked kids.
I mean, I like...
You like babies or something.
No.
I thought you did.
No, babies are my least favorite.
I always thought, like, when a baby came to work, though, when we worked together, you were always like, oh.
No.
Oh.
That was Brie.
No, I swear you were up there, too.
I mean, maybe I was faking it to, like, be nice to the mom.
I don't even fake it.
But, no. Oh, my God. Babies, they just cry and they poop and they don't know what they want. And I'm just like, it's too much stress. Like,
fair, yeah.
In a controlled environment, I can handle children. Like, I would like to be a teacher, but I don't want kids. And I don't...
Older.
And I don't like random children. Like, I don't...
This random child!
Like, when, like, I'm out in public and someone's kid runs up to me and I'm like, ugh. I'm like, I don't want... Like, please go away.
Please leave.
I'm like, I don't want to watch your kids. I don't want to say hi to your kids. I don't want to entertain your kids. Please leave.
No, same. I get it.
I get it. So, yeah, she was going to make me a shirt that says, keep your kids away from me. So, I'm with her.
Yes, so Baba Yaga eats them kids. But that's not all she does. What were you going to say?
Last night, someone came into the bar. And,
how did we get here from eating kids?
Trust me, we'll get there.
Oh, God.
Because apparently now I have front row seats on the bus to hell.
Okay.
So this lady comes in with her husband, and she orders a water. And one of the bartenders was like, a water? And she goes, well, I'm pregnant. And he goes, oh, congratulations. And was like so genuine. And I turned to one of my friends who also used to work at the bar. He used to be a bar back. And I went, oh, Meezy is so much better at that than I am. And he was like, what? And I was like, my first thought was, oh, I'm so sorry. And so... that is how we got to there. But yeah, that happened last night. And I was like, because when people tell me news and they're like, oh, I'm pregnant, I'm like, I don't know how to take it. Because my first reaction is, oh shit, I'm so sorry.
Like, do you want to be? I need you to tell me how to feel. You're at a bar, so I feel like you're not happy. I don't know.
But she seemed excited, but I was like, yikes.
Couldn't be me.
That was it. That was the whole story.
I know. I was just trying to find my spot.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah. I don't like, pregnancy. It's also gross. Ick.
Yeah, no.
Shout out to pregnant listeners. Or moms or parents.
Yeah, I mean, if you are a mom or a parent or currently pregnant, like, you know, you are, you know, go you. But that's just not what I want for myself.
Stay out of the woods and away from Baba Yaga. Especially if you are an evil stepmother, because, yes, Baba Yaga is known to eat children. She sometimes, though, will defend them by dispensing justice to evil stepmothers. specifically. I don't really know why I didn't dive into it. Like I said, it's more just like known little tidbits about her and not like full-on stories.
Well, also good for her.
Yeah. No, Baba Yaga, she's really interesting, and why a lot of things like to reference her or use her as a reference is because she is very multifaceted. She can be evil or she can be good. And it's just her whims, and I love that for her.
Yes.
So she kind of is just like the OG, like, good witch, evil witch.
Mm-hmm.
Why not both witch?
Yeah. And it's like, I may not like kids, but I do not condone child abuse. So good for Baba Yaga for...
Yes. Get them evil stepmothers.
Get the evil stepmothers.
And Baba Yaga also, which is always interesting, I think, she is described typically as a single being, a single woman. But there are some legends and tales that do describe Baba Yaga as one of a trio of sisters, and they're all three named Baba Yaga.
Oh, so one could be eating the children and one could be defending the children.
So, like...
And then one likes horses.
Yeah, or like, it's hard to tell because it's told so many different ways. So, like, so it reminds me a little bit of, like, the mother, the crone, and whatever the other one is, the three, I forget.
Oh, yeah. Kind of like the another version of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Yeah, like the female version of that, yeah.
Trinities. We see a lot of trinities. There's a lot of patterns in threes.
So there is a lot of saying that, yes, she's like that, if it's the three, if they're sisters. Or there's also some that claim that they're all just copy-paste. Mm-hmm. So you never know. And sometimes you say, like, you see them all at once, kind of like the three Trinity ones. Or they just, like, one will appear and disappear, and another will come, and you think you're still talking to the original one. But it's a new one, and they get this, like, confusing conversation. That's how they, like, kind of trixie you type of thing. So, yeah, it's just, I guess it depends on where you're located, which tale you get. But going forward, I am going to be, like, just under the assumption that it's a singular Baba Yaga. But I did want to throw in that sometimes it is a trio of sisters, all named Baba Yaga. So, riddle that one out.
Someone was not very creative.
Or very creative. And Baba Yaga is a legend.
But if you can't pick another name...
Well, maybe they want it to be confusing. Like, would it be funny if we were just all Baba Yaga? Yeah. Great. Let's confuse the masses. And torture the towns. So, given that Baba Yaga, yes, she is a goddess of death. She is also a goddess of birth, kind of like I mentioned. And so, therefore, Baba may be petitioned for fertility by those who lack it. So that kind of goes into where she can be, like...
Good.
For good. Protected. Like, she will help people if she finds you favorable and likes you. But that's a big if.
Okay, see, you went there, and then I went a completely different way.
Okay, what other ways go?
So you were like, well, if she finds you favorable. And I was like, oh my God, she's making people fertile so she can eat more children.
It could be. I mean, if your kids are shit, maybe they deserve it. She can't. I don't think she guarantees the quality of the child. That's not how fertility charms and potions work, I don't think.
Well, no, I just meant, like, if she's, like, you know, just making people, you know, very fertile, like, she's having there's more children to eat.
She picks and chooses the women that have fertility problems based on how, like, she's like, they look like they'd make a good, tasty child, or, no, their child looks like it'd be disgusting. Treats them like cuts of meat. I don't like this cut.
It's not tender enough.
Yeah. Allegedly, it is said that Baba knows every botanical healing secret in existence. Just like she knows everything. Which makes sense, because like I said, she's very old. But whether or not you can, like, persuade her to reveal these secrets is another story, and that goes again, like, winning her favor, and if she likes you, or if she's going to fuck up your life. But yeah, she is said to be, like, the master healer. She knows literally everything when it comes to healing. Which, again, she can be used for good. And that's kind of what we talked about a little bit in the beginning. So she is known as the mistress of all witches. So that's kind of why the witch archetype revolves around her so much, is just because she's kind of seen as, like, the mistress of the witches. She is the witch, the legend, the icon, but the Baba. Another name also, Lady of the Beasts, and the primal mother who rescues, nurtures, and destroys. some more titles for her.
Yeah?
She's got a lot of titles. Her sisters all have the same name, but she got a lot of titles. So again, kind of mentioned people that she favors. So yes, she favors witches, herbalist heroes, and hardworking advocates for wild nature. So she's very nature heavy. So obviously if you're nice and like you're for nature, to protect nature, you're going to win her favor. But even within the people that she favors, she has absolutely no patience for slackers, whiners, and ingrates of any persuasion.
All right.
So you can very easily tick her off.
It seems like
if you're not hardworking or if you whine a bunch. Don't listen to our podcast. We whine a lot.
I do love to complain.
Just don't do it in front of Baba.
Like, Queen, I'm so sorry. It's just a joke. It's just for ha-has.
I know. Do you think she understands sarcasm?
I hope so.
I'd like to think so. Like, yeah, she's been around a long time. Surely she just kills anyone. Okay, now I'll talk some about, like, the different manifestations or how she appears.
Okay.
So, usually she does appear as, like, a hag or a crone that goes into that stereotypical grimy old witch look, big nose type of thing.
Big nose, wild gray hair.
Yeah.
Black robes that have holes in them for some reason.
Yeah. But, interestingly enough, almost all traces I could find where it talks about, like, her when she flies, it's pretty steadily that she flies through the air in a mortar while steering with a pestle, which I just love. It's so cute.
That is amazing.
Like, everyone's pretty much agreed on that part, and I'm like, I love that, actually.
That is incredible, which makes sense because she's very an herbalist.
Yeah,
like that is her go-to.
Yes.
It's gonna be a mortar and pestle.
And then, like, every now and then, like, with a broom, but they say it in, like, a cheeky way, like, she uses the broom to sweep away her traces.
Mm.
So as she flies, like, with her, like, there's like a broom also. It's just like, you don't know I was here. So, I guess, sure, she can do what she wants. She is said to have iron teeth that protrude like boar's tusks, and her hands are tipped with bear claws. So, she's a little pokey.
Yeah. Also, why?
I mean, she's just born that way.
I'm not judging. Baba, if you're listening, I'm not judging.
She also is known to wear a necklace of human skulls and likes to smoke a pipe. So cute, so fun.
Still not judging. Kind of got a little concerned there for a second. But, you know what? I'll allow it.
And then in some depictions of her, one of her legs may be distinctive, and this could be that it is formed of either clay, gold, iron, or steel, depending on the version you're getting of her.
Uh-huh.
Or sometimes her leg is also said to be an iron pestle. So they really like to throw, like, mortar and pestle with her.
Yeah. Which
but
does make sense.
at least, like, a lot of times, overall, though, it is the crone, the hag thing. The very sharp teeth, the sharp claws, and possibly a leg that's kind of wonky or different. And, like, a really popular book series, I don't know if any listeners have read the Throne of Glass series. They have Baba Yaga is in that story. Verbatim, that's the name. I think it's even the version with 3 sisters. I don't know, I never finished the books, please don't kill me. But they're very popular, and in the books, they go off of this description, looks-wise of her, very, like, on point. And even the rest of the witches in that series, they have the pointy teeth, and they wear, like, claw things. So, definitely dug in heavily to that, like, description of Baba. Just a little pop culture reference for you. In other versions, though, she is a woman from the waist up and a snake from the waist down.
Okay.
Yes. Which,
that came out of nowhere.
Pop culture fun fact. Again, I am currently playing a video game based on Baba Yaga that uses that depiction of her.
Huh.
So,
what game is this?
It's called Blacktail.
Okay.
And it's very fun. It's just, like, steeped in, like, the Slavic folktales. But you play a young girl named Yaga. And the children are scared of Baba, and I have a feeling that you are going to turn into Baba Yaga, but it's fine. But when you see her in, like, little visions, she has the snake little lower body in a woman.
Gotcha.
So like, that's the only time I've ever personally seen that version of it referenced, so I thought it was interesting that I did read about it. I was like, oh shit, that's actually what's in the game that I'm playing right now. I thought that was was fun. So, I was trying to think how to, like, segue into this next part.
Uh-huh.
Because not everyone, you know, practices witchcraft like I do, so I don't know how to do it. But just, like, things that are typically attributed to Baba Yaga, or, like, sort of iconology, or, like, if you're going to use stuff to maybe make an offering or something like that. So just symbols or things that are heavily associated with her specifically are knives, ovens, and then, of course, the mortar and pestle. So, like, those are her tools, I guess, would be a good word. Yeah. And then kind of one of the more famous and well-known things about Baba Yaga is where she lives. So, if you know the tale, you probably already know, but Baba Yaga lives in the heart of a deep birch forest in a little hut named Izbushka, and which literally translates to little hut. No big deal, but the hut usually stands on stilt-like chicken's feet. But it's also been claimed that it could be goat's legs or spindle heels, but most often it's the chicken's feet. And, like, it walks, it moves. The hut is also said to be sentient, or at least it has the ability to, like, obey orders and therefore can move. So,
I've seen this in a cartoon.
It's in quite a few things. Yes. It's, like I said, like, the main things about Baba Yaga are, like, her looks, that she eats children, and that she lives in a hut on chicken's feet that walks in the forest. That's the trifecta for Baba Yaga.
Yeah, I'm like, I've seen this in a cartoon before.
Yes. You've probably seen it in a lot of things. I have some references at the bottom, like, where she's used, other than the two that I just sprinkled in. But used a lot, and still, like, new today, even still used, which is fun. So something supposedly you can say to the hut, you can say, Izbushka, Izbushka, stand with your back to the forest and your front to me, and it will do as directed. And you don't even have to be Baba Yaga. And it's supposedly, like, that's how you will let you in. I don't know if you really want to go into Baba Yaga's hut uninvited, but you do you.
Yeah, I feel like that will get you on her bad side real quick.
Sounds like a recipe for her dinner, so I don't know. Quick. The hut is formed entirely from bones. Bones that were personally collected by Baba herself. You know, probably her leftovers.
Make your own house.
Yeah, she's a carpenter.
You be a carpenter.
The doorposts are leg bones. The lock is a sharp-toothed mouth, and the bolt is a hand. So, picture that if you want to.
Yes, it makes more sense now. Because you said the lock is a sharp-toothed mouth.
Yes.
And I went, how are you supposed to turn the knob if it's a... And then I went, she said lock, and I thought door handle. Don't know how.
Lock handle. Yeah, no. All doors are the same if you kick them.
I guess, yeah.
I can't say I'm wrong. The fence around the hut consists of bones crowned with skulls, whose empty eye sockets glow in the dark.
Oh, good.
So she really, like...
I found out one of my hair clips glow in the dark.
It's a skull.
No, it's just a plastic little hair clip that I wear all the time. And it's on my nightstand, and I looked over on my nightstand, and I was like, what the fuck? And I looked down, and it was my hair clip just glowing in the dark. I was like, all right.
That's always a fun discovery when something glows in the dark.
I was like, okay, I'm here for it.
Yeah, so fence that has skulls on top of it, glow in the dark. Say what you know about her. But I have worn that
to the bar many times, and I'm sure...
You just glowing?
Yeah, and like I wouldn't even realize, and people have been like, this bitch has a glow-in-the-dark hair clip.
No one even pointed it out to me. The hut is dominated by an oven that would be like akin to her cauldron of regeneration. And Baba Yaga stories are sometimes understood or told to be like tales of initiation, but a lot of times they go unsuccessfully. So like they think like maybe it's initiation to be a witch or something like that, which I kind of feel like is the route my video game is taking.
Gotcha.
I go into her hut and I do shit in her cauldron. But yeah.
So you either become a witch or you get into the cauldron.
Your bones help build her empire.
They're being saved up for floor 2.
Because there is a floor 2 in the game. I don't know about in here. But say what you will about her. She picks an aesthetic and she sticks to it.
I can't say the same.
No, me neither. You
I'm good. My allergies are still bothering me.
That does suck. I had some the other day that I thought is going to be a problem. I feel okay today, though.
Yeah, it's like I feel okay, but I still have a little bit of a cough, and like every now and then my nose will start running, and I'm like, oh. And then, but for the most part, I feel fine.
Okay. And then again, some more just like, this is probably not interesting unless you do like witchcraft or offerings, but just really quickly, the planet connected with Baba. Any guesses on her planet? It's probably not what you would expect, actually.
Okay.
But it makes sense if you know some of, like, her
Mercury.
Gifts. The sun. The sun planet. Like her...
Absolutely the fuck not. No.
Yes,
because
when it comes to witchcraft planets. The sun.
that was my
moon.
first thought, and I was like, no, the sun is a star.
No, I even said witchcraft.
You just said planet, so I was like, my first thought was the sun, and then I was like, that's a star.
No, I said, like, this probably wouldn't be interesting unless you do, like, witchcraft and shit like this. But then, like, the planets associated with her.
I'm just not that. I mean, I'm into witchcraft, but not to where I know about all that yet.
Oh, you're good. So sun is her planet.
Which I guess, according to astrology, I mean, that does kind of make sense. But it was my first thought, but I was like, no, it can't be that, because the sun is a star and not a planet.
You're just overthinking it.
I went science.
Never. This is mystical.
I know.
What the fuck? Her elements associated with her are fire and earth.
I knew Earth would be one, for sure.
Animals.
I did not expect fire.
Well, her planet's the sun. Why wouldn't it be fire?
I don't know, because I kind of thought water, because, you know, nature, but then...
She's also the destruction. She's like goddess of death
true.
and stuff. The animals associated with her, all fucking animals are associated with her. But especially horses. Like we said, she loves a horse girl. Snakes, dragons, and hedgehogs. Specifically. Which makes sense because there are hedgehogs predominantly in my video game, and I never really understood why until I did my notes. And I was like, I get it, because it ties into the Baba Yaga lore. Cute and a very small detail that I appreciate.
I love hedgehogs.
But yeah, they are especially associated with her, right next to dragons.
Hey, Miss
Dragons
Baba,
and
you want to bond over some hedgehogs?
I just thought that was so cute.
I love hedgehogs.
Her birds are pretty predictably crows, ravens, and owls. I mean, the trifecta right there.
Checks out, yep.
Plants associated with her. Poppies, which is the flower of sleep and oblivion. Blah. Seen as both good and evil, as it can either kill or cure you, which makes a lot of sense for why it would be associated with Baba Yaga, because, again, she can cure or kill you.
Has either very pretty flower or an opioid.
And they are also often secretly symbolizing fertility when they're, like, in art history and stuff, which, again, ties into her because she can be, like, a goddess or a witch of fertility.
Do we think Eric thought about any of this when making one of Penny's loved gifts, Poppy? And her being the only villager that likes Poppy?
I mean, maybe. The symbolism is there.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
Funny if it was. That would be a deep cut, but I like it.
Stardew Valley theories on Sip and Spin.
Another flower, the other flower, well, one of the other ones most associated with her are black sunflowers. I could not find any symbolism or, like, associations to black sunflowers specifically, just that they do exist and you can buy them and grow them. But they originate from Russia, and so that could simply be why they are associated with her.
Oh, yeah.
Medicinally wise and, like, medically wise, I don't know if there are any different properties than regular sunflowers, which I have that, but I didn't just in case they are different. But they are Russian in origin, so.
Did you see my scrunchie?
Ah. Very cute. At first I did not until you pointed out, and then I looked closer. Yes. Because I just see the weight tool. Otherwise.
Oh, yeah, no, there's
yeah, I see it now.
there.
And then also, of course, medicinal herbs are associated with her, and rye, specifically. Her spirit allies is the Usalka, I didn't know what that was, so here's a little rusalka tangent. So the rusalka is also Russian-based, obviously, and they are female nature spirits associated with water, fields, forest, and healing wells. While they are sometimes dreaded and feared,
They heal whales?
Healing wells, like
Oh.
a drinking well,
Oh.
or like a fountain of youth, like a spring well.
Oh, okay.
Kind of
I thought you said healing whales. I was like...
Very specifically, they heal whales.
I was like, how did...
You know, the Russian nature spirits, their whales are huge there.
I was like, I feel like there's a disconnect somewhere. How did whales get
Probably
there?
my southern accent. And so while, yes, they are sometimes dreaded and feared, much like Baba, they are also petitioned for healing, fertility, and true love. They are said to be tricksters and shapeshifters with a wicked sense of humor. So all of this makes very much sense while, like, they are kindred spirits with Baba herself. But ultimately, they can be benevolent goddesses or seductive killers, and that's really all dependent on you. Think very much like sirens when we talked about that. That's what I thought of when I was reading about them.
They're so hot.
That's the rusalka. If you want to make an offering for Baba, or maybe if you're in her bad graces and you need to, Baba is known to have a great appetite and gourmet, fancy as shit tastes.
Oh, good.
So,
I can't.
Good luck if you need to impress her, and if you've pissed her off royally, you're gonna have to put some work in.
Do you like macaroons?
No, she's Russian. She's Russian food. So you need to offer her lavish homemade feast of traditional Russian delicacies. The more difficult and time-consuming the feast is to prepare, the more she is going to like it. So she wants you to slave in that kitchen for her and basically feed her an army's worth of food.
So technically it doesn't have to be good.
It probably has to be good.
It just has to take a long time and a lot of effort.
I will say, since she can be very benevolent, I'm going to say if she knows you put in time and effort, I feel like she would maybe forgive you. It depends on if you're on her bad side at all, I would imagine, because she's a fly by the seat of her
she's
order,
making it up as she goes.
Like, you know, like, she likes you, she gonna like you. If she doesn't,
you're fucked.
I mean, probably not good. But yeah, the more time you put, the more effort, the more she is going to like it. But she doesn't like lavish stuff. You also need to set the table beautifully for her. So she wants that appearance. She wants it to be decorated.
I can do that.
Put those black sunflowers, those poppies, you know.
Get a nice table runner.
Lots of knives. Some skulls, bones. Put a hedgehog.
A wonderful centerpiece. Nice table runner.
Yeah. And she also greatly enjoys tobacco, as I kind of said. Like, she likes to smoke a pipe.
Oh, I got you there, boo.
There's some good tobacco. She drinks strong black Russian caravan tea and, of course, vodka.
Yeah, there it is. That's what I was waiting for.
Of course, she's a Russian. Vodka offering.
That's what I was
for
waiting for. I can offer that.
I was going to say, you got that one packed.
Baba, come over. We'll have a drink together. I have a mortar and pestle. We can just hang out, drink vodka.
Mix up some herbs. The first clear reference to Baba Yaga was in 1755 I'm probably going to butcher this name, obviously, in Mikhail Lobanov's Russian grammar book. So Baba Yaga is mentioned twice among the other figures, largely from like Slavic tradition. The second of the two mentions of Baba occurs within a list of Slavic gods and beings next to their like presumed equal counterpart in Roman mythology. So the book was like broken down into how so the second mention of her was in this section. However, Baba appears in a section without an equal.
Okay.
Because it was showing, even at this time, like she was unique. Like she had this perceived uniqueness, even in the first known reference to her. They were like,
she's
can't
not
really
like,
compare her to anyone, like in Roman mythology even.
She's not like other girls.
She's the queen. She's the icon. Before this, though, it is presumed that she had appeared in wood cutout art from, like, at least early 17th century. So the first, like, written very clear was 1755, but woodcut art.
That makes more sense.
Yeah.
I was like, she was just out there doing woodcut art for...
No, like, she was, like, pictured, because, like...
Like, people were making... Yes.
Yeah. Because the figures, they were...
That's something to do, I guess.
A hobby of hers, you know?
I was like, she's living... I'm like, you do that. So, like, who knows?
Yeah, because I saw, like, I looked, like, scanned through some of the pictures. They were all these, like, this crone or a hag-looking woman, like a witch, like, in this wood block cut art and stuff. And
that makes a lot more sense now.
And people are like, that's probably a reference to Baba, but there's no real indication.
Gotcha.
And then even ever since, she has obviously made regular appearances in books of Russian fairy tales and folklore, even to this day. And then as far as modern culture go, I kind of said... Throne of Glass series, which is a very popular YA book series, this new game I'm playing, as well as many others, including the character the Deathless Mother from Season 2 of The Witcher on Netflix is based on Baba Yaga. Baba Yaga appears as a grotesque, child-eating witch as a prominent character in the Hellboy comics, and this includes also the 2019 film, so Baba Yaga is a very big character there. In the John Wick films, the character John Wick is referred to by his enemies as Baba Yaga, and it uses her name in place of, like, the boogeyman, because he's, like, a feared being, so his enemies call him Baba Yaga.
I was like, I've never seen John Wick, but, like, was Keanu Reeves out there eating people's kids?
No, he was just a boogeyman, too. If you were his enemy, you didn't want to be his enemy, type of thing.
Gotcha.
Yubaba from Hayao Miyazaki's Spirited Away is based on Baba Yaga, so the proprietor of the bathhouse in Spirited Away is based on Baba Yaga, as well as Howl's Moving Castle is based on Baba Yaga's hut. Makes sense, because it walks around. So Miyazaki, a Baba Yaga stan. We love. And of course many more. Those were just some of my favorite
This is a Studio Ghibli approving, loving household.
Yes. A new anthology, which I just thought this was cool because I haven't heard of it yet and I'm interested in it. So a new anthology of short stories called Into the Forest was recently released in November 2022. 2022. Recently released. And this features 23 different interpretations of Baba, and they are all written by leading women in the horror genre. So I thought that was really cool. I might have to check that out and read it. And it's kind of to end this. This anthology was edited by Lindy Ryan, who is a writer and full-time professor of data science and visual analysis at Rutgers University. Ryan is also the founder of Into the Forest publisher Black Spot Books, which is a small press dedicated to female horror writers only. Which
Hell yeah!
And so on the topic of Baba Yaga, Ryan had this to say, quote, Baba Yaga still remains one of the most ambiguous, cunning, and clever women of folklore. She commands fear and respect, and simultaneously awe and desire. I admire her carelessness and her independence, even her cruelty. And in a world where women are so often reduced to hazy blurs of inconsequence, she is a figure that reminds us that we are ferocious and untamable, and that such freedoms often come at a cost. End quote. That's really all I have on Baba Yaga. But basically just the feminist witch icon we all love.
Yes.
So yeah, that's just some very light Baba Yaga coverage.
Here for it.
Yeah.
Loved it. And I have nothing to add.
Say any final thoughts? Anything to say? I don't know how to end this.
Yeah, I know. Normally this is where I go, okay, and now I'm going to talk about, but I'm like, nothing. I'm going to talk about not shit.
I got nothing.
Do you want to know?
I don't know. Why are you laughing?
Here's what I have. Podcast, episode 61, Skinwalkers.
I mean, it's a start.
And that's it. That's as far as I got.
So yeah, maybe we'll do a bonus episode if Skylar wants, and she can do her section, which will be a separate audio format, but only on YouTube, since that's what we're kind of going to start doing and see how that goes. So make sure you're following us for that.
Still need to...
You never told me if you got your book back.
No. Well, see, it's like I do, but Haley said she was almost done with the first book, and my mom has barely started the third book, so I'm like, what do?
wish you could just audio look it and take notes.
Yeah, I could.
Might be harder for you since you like to take a lot, but
I do like to take a lot, and I had so many tabs. But it's like, it's also my favorite books.
I mean, we can wait until you can like do it properly. That's fine. I just won't read them until you're like, okay, read it.
I'm like, okay, it's time.
And that'll be fine.
Next week, we're going to have our episode, and we're also going to record this.
That's fine. But yeah, so we might do that if she wants, or if she decides she just wants to hold on to that for possibly another mystical in the future. Whatever. It's up to her.
Yeah.
So, but on that note, this will be a little shorter episode this week, like I said, but I think we'll spin.
Yeah, for next week.
Yeah. Maybe Skylar will have both items needed.
Possibly. Hopefully. If I get time.
Time will tell. We keep you on your toes here.
I'm like, at least I got my birthday weekend off. But I will also be celebrating my birthday.
Yeah, so we'll see if you're even here.
Well, my birthday's on Friday. And then I'm going out Friday and Saturday. I've got nothing to do on Sunday. I mean, who knows? Maybe I'll show up hungover. I don't know. It'll be fine. I actually probably won't be hungover. I really don't drink enough to where I get hungover anymore. I usually stop myself because I'm like, I don't want to deal with that in the morning. Like, I'm too old to be dealing with my hangovers in the morning.
Yeah.
Okay. Let us spin.
Do we want to do that? Or do you want something to take notes for?
Well, we can do that, and then I can take notes for the bonus episode. So I can do Wendigums.
Okay. I mean, did we like how just chatting went last time?
I liked
you
it.
feel okay doing it?
Yeah, it was fun.
Okay.
We kind of put a lot out there.
Okay. There was no filter.
No. And that's okay, though. We keep it real.
Okay. So, we got just chatting. And?
White wine.
Okay. Well, loose lips.
We'll probably have a lot to say.
Let's hope, because that's the whole point.
Yeah.
Of the topic. Who knows what you're going to get out of these mouths?
Yeah.
It went lots of different directions last time.
Yeah, we're having,
so,
you know, white girl, white wine Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, bring the cheese and listen to us, I guess.
Oh my god, can we make a little charcuterie board that we eat while we're...
Okay, I got like 13 charcuterie boards for Christmas. We can make a charcuterie board, because apparently that's what people associate with me and my family.
I love that for you, and I thought about getting you a charcuterie board, but I was like, man, she's already got like 2. She doesn't need any more.
Oh, I have a lot now. I do not need any.
I was like, she already has 2. It's not like she needs another one.
Other people did not get that memo. But it's fine. I will use them all at some point.
Yeah.
So that's next week. This
Thanks.
is a great season so far.
Thanks for listening. Listen, I feel like the seasons all need to start bad, just so that way they can only go up from here.
It only goes up.
I really don't think it can get any worse.
Let's hope not.
I'm gonna have to knock on some wood.
I don't know if there's any around the walls. I don't know. I'm not a house builder.
Anywho, thanks for listening. If you'd like to find us for whatever reason, you can find us at Sip and Spin Pod on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, or you can email us at sipandspinpod@gmail.com. If you'd like to find Brittany, you can find her at Whimsy Dream or Whimsy Dreams. If you'd like to find me, you can find me at Gleam YKS. I bet we have the 3 link trees down in the description below.
Yes, and as always, we thank you so much for listening. Again, this is a little on the shorter side, but we're good at going with the flow here, so it's cool with us if it's cool with you. Mainly, it just has to be cool with us, because we're the ones who make this.
Yeah, as long as we're fine with it, it really just boils down to, we hope you also are okay with it.
Yeah, hope you liked a Baba Yaga very shallow dive.
And the cat is here.
Yes, my own little witchling. She's staring right at me. All right, I guess I need to go feed her. So, thanks for listening.
Goodbye.
Sip with you next week.